All right, it is 10:01, and I'm going to get started here because we're competing against a 80-degree day. So I'm going to get started, but today's topic is going to be, let me get there, um, is actually going to be showing your success by pinning your sales on a map. Most requested one that I have done, and it's getting to be that time of year where you're starting to think about 2025. And I wanted to give this to you so you had this available to you as you're going and doing your sales. So, why you should do this? These are some examples that I've got. This is one where the agent wanted to do their brand all over, use the brand that they had, their logo. So we've done that. There's a lot of creative ways for you to use this information. Here's another one at the top of the page. This is one that I did for Alex Francis in the Roseville office on his 15-year anniversary. Put this on Instagram, shared that out there on the social media. Below is one that we've done in the past for some agents to put on their Facebook banner or even their edinarealty.com website because you have that picture open to you and they wanted to do this, show their map as well. So just some examples. There's many, many ways for you to use this, and we'll talk about that here. So why you should use it? It's really a brag piece. It gives you an opportunity to show your success, whether that is from the last 6 months or the year that we're in, or maybe it's the forever, ever since you've got in the business. It gives you an opportunity to show people what you've done and where you do your business. The other really cool thing that you can do is zero in. And I'll show you as we get going in a demonstration, but you can zero in to see where your business is. A lot of your business comes from. An example is one time I helped an agent do this, and ended up being that most of this agent's business was right in Como Park. So why spend time and energy and effort outside of that when this agent owned Como Park so that we could put that money, the agent's marketing money, towards the area that she sold most of the homes in. So the other thing is it allows you to use and share your successes out there on social media platforms, whether that's TikTok, whether that's Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. You have that ability to make that out there. And then lastly is agents like to use this in their listing and buyer presentations, so that they can say, look, I've been around, I've done this, or here's where I have my focus at. So good use, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So a couple of things that you're going to want to do to start out, and you will get a step-by-step in this as well when I send out the slides. But you're going to want to open up your MLS, your Excel program, and Google Maps. Those are the three things that you're going to need as you get rolling. So I'm going to give you a demonstration. So the first thing is you want to get into your MLS. Oop, it's down there. It's behind this. Let me move this. There we go. Okay, so I have my MLS open, and what I'd like you to do is you start off in search, and the primary thing you're going to want to do is cross properties. And here's why: cross properties gets everything. It gets if you help somebody do a rental, if you did lots and lands, if you did farms, if you did single family, you did duplexes, multifamily, anything above this, including commercial, you will get. So start off there with cross property. And then because we're doing solds, you can do your pendings and actives if you want to do that as well. You have many options, but let's just do our closed and let's do our solds. So automatically this is going to pop up 6 months. Maybe that's what you want to do. But in this case, I'm going to delete that and go and get a forever. So I've got my closed and my comp solds. Now you're going to want to go down, and this is critical here. You're going to want to add your MLS ID, your NERDS number in here as the listing agent. Okay, I'm going to select myself. You only want to do one at a time, and I'll tell you why. It's because if you did the list and the sell side, you're only going to get the deals that you were on both sides of. But we don't want that. So we're going to start with just the list side. So I've got this in here. Again, if you wanted to go with other criteria, you certainly could. But in this case, I don't want to. I just want to show that out there. So now I have 147 matches. I'm going to hit results. And now I have them all. I highly suggest that you save them in a single line list that you see here that's up and on. But the thing you're going to want to do is select all of them. You want to make sure that all 147 in this case are checked. So now that I have that, I have got my data and I'm going to export it down here right down here. There we go. So I hit export. It's going to ask me what I want to export it as. And again, you want to do your single line list just out of ease. And you'll see what I mean here in a second. So now that I have it exported, I want to go up here and I want to open it. I'll do that later, but one more step. Let's say I wanted to combine all of my sales. So now I'm going to go back to results. I'll go back to criteria. I'm going to cancel out of list side and I'm going to go sell side. So when I represented the buy sides. Again, you select that. Now I have my matches, same steps, go to results, check all, and then export. You want to do the single line list, you export it, and now I have them here. So now I'm going to open up my Excel program. And you can see, whoops, what's it doing to me here? Remove these files. Let's just keep that there. Now you can see what I have, all the data that was out there on that single line list. But what we really only need is column D and E, the city address the street address and the city. So what I suggest that you do is select the ones we don't need. You're going to right click and you're going to delete those columns. And then here, all the way to here. And again, delete those columns. So now I have the street number or the house number, the street address, and the city. You're going to want to make sure you save this in this format. So go up here, save it, give it a name. Whoops, save as. I'm going to call it something that you're going to remember. I'm just going to type forever in there. Okay, so now I have this in a CSV file, which is going to work well with Google. So I'm saving it. Okay, now I have that. Now, if I wanted to combine both in one of my cheats codes here that I'll share with you is you're going to open up the other file that you just downloaded. In this case, it's going to be number 3 for me. What you're going to want to do is do the same thing. Select the city address or the street address and the city. You're going to want to copy these. Right click again, copy. And then you want to go to the original one that you opened and you want to get them all on one document. So then you can come down here and you paste it right in here. That way you have them all on one sheet. Any questions so far? All right, I must be doing an all right job. Okay, so now that we have them all on an Excel program, the next step you're going to want to do is jump into Google Maps. and it's going to look like this. Just go to google.com. And then up here on this little hamburger, you're going to select this and go to maps. And depending on your location, your screen's going to look a little bit different. But what you want to do is go up here to this little hamburger in the upper left-hand corner and go to saved. Now if you haven't done this or don't have saved properties, it's going to look blank, but you're going to go over here to maps right here, and then you're going to select and then hit open my maps. Now, if this is the first time you've done this, it's going to be a blank screen. These are examples of ones that I've done previously. So to continue on, you're going to hit create a new map. Create. Now you're going to get United States. So up here in this import, this is where you're going to put that information from that CSV file that you just did. So you're going to hit import. You're going to go browse and go get it from where you saved it at. So I think I did it in downloads. There it is. I select it. I'm going to make sure it uploads into here. You're going to Google's going to ask you a few questions that say, hey, help us do the columns and the positions of these place marks. So you want the city address or the street address and the city. You hit continue. Now the next one is your title. I suggest just doing the top one that says street address. Then you hit finish. And there they are. So these are the addresses of the properties that I saved and uploaded. So now in here, you have the ability, you can see that they're all pinned. It's kind of cool. You can zoom in, zoom out, see where your bulk of your business is. Really fun to share. Now over here where it says uniform style, and then down below it says all items, that number should be the number that's on your Excel worksheet that you just uploaded. Then you go over here to this little paint can. If you click that paint can, it will allow you to change the icons and change the color of the pins as well. So we're all in real estate, so you can put the house, and that will change that. Edina Realty red, or you could choose your own branding color, whatever you do here. I'm going to pull this one up. Oh, that's purple. There we go. So now I have this as well. And again, I can zoom in, I can zoom out. Maybe it's this piece I just want to show people that I do business. Looks like I kind of stopped right at 694 here, but you can do all your business, show that up, or maybe you just want to do some precise marketing and show people that, hey, I sold 9 homes here in Golden Valley, Crystal, and Robbinsdale. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do that. Over here again at the paint can, if you wanted to add your own logo, which is an example I shared earlier, you just come down here and you can hit custom icon. Now what's really cool is I've saved it on my computer. So I'm going to go right to my photos, actually, pictures, and I'm got all the Edina Realty logos downloaded. So I can do this and hit open. Select the icon. That's the one I want. I hit OK. And now it puts these icons all over where I sold it. It replaced the pins. If you have your own brand or your own logo, again, you go to more icons, you hit custom icon, and then you're going to need to upload that logo that you have. Here's one of mine. That's the one. It's put this box around it. I hit OK, and here we go. So it puts a little icon or logo that you have wherever you want it. Now, you can also change the base map in some cases. If you don't want this background, you can change it to darker. You can go a little different. This is up to you and your style of how you want to do this. I'm fine with the roadmap, kind of lets people know. You can see the main points in the highway. Now that I have this information, I've got it pinned. I don't like this, so let me go back and just make a quick adjustment here. There we go. Now I have this, and what do I want to do with this? So I had talked about being able to use this information to share on social media and your listing presentation. So one of the things that I suggest you do is go to preview. And now, if you have the snipping feature, I like to take this out and I'm going to select it and I'm going to just grab where I did business. So now I have this as a picture. I can copy it or save it as however I want. I suggest that you do this. You can do a JPEG or a PNG, whatever your style is. Name it again and save it where you want to save it. Perfect. So now I have it available whenever I want. So I can add it to the various things that I want to do, whether it's a listing presentation, social media, what have you. It's there for you to go and always grab. Any questions?
Hey, Nate,
Yeah.
I have actually three. Um,
Okay.
how far back can you go on the MLS? And then does it work with or can you make the pins interactive? And do you know if it works with a Mac?
Yes, 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 and yes. So let me start with your MLS question. It goes back as far as the records go on the MLS. Okay. Let me go to my criteria. I zeroed this out so it goes all the way back. But if I put a certain date in here, it's going to get from that date to today or whatever you set up your parameters on.
Okay, so that's the forever part that you talked about then, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And then your other question is the map interactive? Yes. If I share it out there, people can click and it will give you the address because that's the
Oh, okay.
information I had out there.
Yep.
Again, if I wanted to have the price in here and things like that, I could put that in here um, on my Excel program because whatever you upload into your Excel will show up once you click it.
Okay, great.
And then as far as does it work on Macs and Apples? Yes, this does. But you have to
But
do
you
it
just
through
have to
Google.
use the Google and the maps and the X and well, obviously Microsoft Excel. Okay, great.
Correct. Yep. Good questions. Any other questions out there? Okay. Well, use this information the way you want. It's a great tool for you to have. It's always marketing season, but I'm starting to see more and more success stories on Reels and social media and things like that. So now you know how to add your sales yeah, or find your sales, pin them on a map to show people that you do business anywhere and everywhere. I will tell you that one time I was in a different office and a client or an agent kept losing business because people thought that she happened to just work in a certain area. We created this, put it on a postcard. She sent it to her sphere, which were these are the clients that weren't using her because they thought she was just a Minneapolis agent. We created the postcard, sent it out to her whole sphere, showed that she did all kinds of business everywhere, And it really, then her phone started ringing again, her email started ringing, because people are like, hey, yes, thank you. We only thought you worked in the certain neighborhood and things like that, when actually this agent did business all over the state of Minnesota. So another way for you to use it, and a success story to share. All right. Any other questions before I sign off?
Great tip.
All right. Wonderful.
Thanks, Nate.
Thank you all. Have a great day.